guys, welcome back to another video, and today's video is going to be 10 deck ideas for the May 2019 format. I've done a few of these kind of videos where I give you guys deck ideas for a certain month. The last one I did was in March, so I guess this is kind of due for another one. So I guess I didn't do one last month, I don't believe. So yeah, kind of the same thing as last time. I'm going to give you guys 10 decks that you guys could maybe try out this month. These all range from any sort of competitivity. Some are for locals mostly, others are for like maybe a regional maybe one day or close to it. And some of these decks have gotten either new support or just reprints down like the latest sets recently. So but yeah, I guess not much needs to be said other than just to get right into it. So basically the first deck I'm going to cover is Dino Wrestlers, and yeah, I've talked about this deck a lot. Dino Wrestlers, as you all may know, have gotten new support. It's gotten actually, like, I think, kind of a good overhaul of support. I mean, not like a bunch, but just like a good decent amount. They've gotten 3 new monsters, a Synchro, a Fusion, and a Quick Play spell card, and also a Link monster. The 3 monsters, one's a hand trap that helps protect your Dino Masters from battle. The other is a tutor, and pretty much you can special summon it out from your hand, and it's once per duel effect, pretty much with that. And it's a level 2 tuner as well. And then they also got a level 6 Dino Wrestler, which is pretty much if you control Dino Wrestler, you can normal summon it. And also, if your opponent special summons during your turn, you can special summon it back, which is kind of cool. Then they also have the Quick Play Fusion, pretty standard. It's just a fusion card. And then you got the 2 extra monsters. They're kind of alike because both of them, your opponent has to attack them first. And the Synchro can pop a card, and then the Fusion, I believe, can just do extra damage, I believe. I got to relook at him, but I think that's what he does. But yeah, so a good, decent amount of support for them. I believe this is kind of still a local deck, though, a little bit, because of the fact of it's still, I think we're missing a few cards, and I'm pretty sure when Rising Rampage comes by, this deck could maybe be into the regional scene a little bit, hopefully, if the support is good. I know I only got 2 cards revealed for that set, for this deck, but who knows, maybe if we get more support down the line, maybe this deck can still maybe do something in the regional scene one day. But yeah, I really do like this deck. I think it's really cool for anyone who's looking for a different Dino variant down the line, and also something to experiment with. So if you're looking for a new way to play Dinos, this is kind of a cool, I guess, variant to try out. Now onto the next deck, the second one, Burning Abyss. This deck will not die. That's the first thing I will say. Given the fact that now they got a new Link monster, which is pretty much the reason why it's on this list. Pretty much the new Link monster is kind of like a Fiendish Rhino Warrior kind of effect, and it's just helps Burning Abyss a lot. Burning Abyss has kind of been in a kind of a lull period, honestly, these last few months, because ever since the ban list that banned Snow. And I think that may have hurt, that probably did hurt the deck to the point where it hasn't been, like, maybe been tried out lately, at least to me, I don't know. But now they have Cherubini here, things should change. This deck probably is going to be popping up a lot more regionals, probably. And maybe a YCS, it's Burning Abyss. I mean, you never know with this deck. Sometimes they're nowhere, sometimes they're just, oh my god, they're back, and they're winning events left and right. So it's kind of random, like kind of a random thing with Burning Abyss, but yeah, it's a pretty cool deck. It's stood the test of time, so if you still have your Burning Abyss deck, dust it off, get your Cherubinis, and try it out. It should be pretty fun. And then on to the third deck, Madolche. Now, Madolche's gotten some interesting new toys. They got the normal monster, not the normal monster, but a new monster in Puddin'Zor. I think that came out in Soul Fusion, I believe, or it was a set before that. But the reason why they're going to be on this list is because of the fact they got a new Xyz monster and Dark Neostorm, which was pretty nice. And yeah, it's just a really cool deck, I believe. And it's just, again, just kind of like Burning Abyss. It's been around for a while. It's had some intermediate success, and not like regional level success recently, but it's just still a good, really cool deck that you can take to locals and just have a good time, honestly. And that's pretty much the whole basis of this list. Decks that can, like, you can have a good time with, honestly. And yeah, I mean, other than that, not much needs to be said. I mean, you still got pretty much everything for the deck. I mean, yes, there are some expensive cards. I mean, like I can't remember it's the Witch one. She's still like flipping how much now still, because she hasn't gotten a reprint, which is kind of sad. But other than that, the deck's still pretty budget, I believe. I don't know, I haven't checked prices, but still. I will say this: if I guess the one thing I would say to sell this deck to someone, Tiramisu is a hell of a drug because it's still a really good card. So, but yeah, if you want to also try another old deck and revisit it, Madolche could be the deck for you. And 3 for 3 now for old decks, Cloudians. Now, why is Cloudians even on this list? Well, because they got a new card in Dark Neostorm. I think it's, I don't know the name very well, but I'll have the picture up right here. But basically with this, it makes it easier to get out some of your higher level monsters, I believe, which is kind of cool. I think the level 8 is the one that that I'm trying to get at. But so yeah, that's pretty cool. Cloudians, again, another kind of one of these old decks that are like got one piece of new support, which is kind of cool. Which is kind of sad though, because I was hoping they were gonna get more than just the one card, but maybe they'll have bigger plans in the future. And yeah, I mean, it's still a really cool deck. I believe I mean, if you don't know what Cloudians do, they kind of have these fog counter kind of things, and there's been pretty funny builds. You can play them with frogs, you can play them with Totally Awesome and everything, and just kind of have like a cool like water spam thing going on, which is kind of funny. So it's a pretty fun deck. I have not really played it very much, so I don't really know much about it. But when I've seen a few duels with it, and it's actually kind of fun when someone knows what they're doing with the deck. So yeah, just another cool new old deck that's got like one new piece of new support you guys can play with. So now on to number 5, Morels. Morels got their Link Monster in Dark Neostorm. I know a lot of these decks have gotten stuff either from Dark Neostorm or from a separate set. But yeah, Morels, they got their Link Monster finally. I mean, I don't know what this Link Monster really does for them. I think that, I mean, it obviously will help them a lot, I feel. And honestly, if you're ever going to build Morels, maybe now's the time to do it. I mean, a lot of the key cards got reprinted, and I think it was Hidden Summers. I mean, that was the set. That was a while back. I mean, a lot of their cards got reprinted in that set to make this deck way more cheaper than it ever has been. And I think that's a really appealing thing. And it's also a fan favorite deck. A lot of people have played this deck. A lot of people have the deck. So the fact that they got the Link Monster now probably will bring a lot more fans of the deck back to it, and just, you know, have fun with it, you know, and just play at locals every now and then, or just maybe bring it to a regional and try and see if it can still top a regional. So yeah, another really cool water deck that's just like Burning Abyss, like Cloudians, and everything like that, have been around for a while, and it kind of has like had intermediate success like in the past, and maybe hopefully in the future here. So now on to number 6, Predaplants. This is one of my picks, I feel. I mean, Predaplants got a few new toys, and also they got kind of had a little bit of a buff on the ban list. So in Dual Power, they got their new, their new Pendulum Monster, which is kind of cute. It's not really that great. It's an okay monster, but other than that, I mean, you can maybe running it as a one-of, honestly. But and also got some holo reprints in Scorpio and the Cobra, and the Scorpio and the Fusion, so that was nice. But basically the reason why it's on this list is Super Poly going to 2. The fact that Super Poly goes to 2 allows this deck to be more hilarious than it ever has been, honestly. Now I know it's only like a bump to 2. It's not like it's going to 3, like it went to 3 or anything. But still, the fact that it went to 2 kind of allows for more hilarious shenanigans kind of thing for the deck. So, which is nice. I really like it a lot. I really like the fact that Super Poly went to 2. It's just gonna be a fun time, honestly, with that card back to 2. It doesn't make the deck like broken or anything. It just adds another layer, just, you know, fun for the deck. Honestly, it's kind of cool. So, if you're ever looking for a plant deck that is pretty interesting and is into some fusion plays, try out Predaplants. Like I've said, it's a really fun deck, and it's just, you know, really cool to play once you get the hang of it. So. Now to number 7, this is more of a competitive one, Endymion. So if, like, any kind of variant of Endymion right now, honestly. So like the Endymion Morphage or the Endymion Mythical Beast, any one of those, I mean, because it's a structure deck kind of deck where you buy 3 and you can like kind of expand upon it, which is nice. Oh, you can also play it in Pendulum Editions, I think, as well. But you're mostly going to go for the Morphage or the Mythical Beast one, I feel, if you're going to go really competitive with a deck. Preferably the Morphage one, because of the fact of Lecherry making your opponent not be able to activate spells is hilarious. So, yeah, pretty much though, yeah, I mean, it's really cheap, obviously, because it's structure deck, you buy 3, honestly, so that's really nice. So, yeah, I mean, if you're looking for another budget deck that's honestly kind of like Salamangreats, and the fact that it's doing really well in the metagame right now, Endymion, any kind of Endymion variant, honestly, right now is probably the way to go for you if you want to go with that competitive route and also not really pay much on, like, earn your own budget kind of thing. So, which is nice. And also you get common drills in the structure deck as well, which is hilarious. So, yeah, really nice. Now into number 8, Rockets. Now Rockets are getting a new structure deck in the future. This is kind of a more long-term and kind of deck idea for you guys, because of the fact of that structure deck even being announced, which is kind of cool because we don't know what is in it. But honestly, if you're gonna like prying on to get that structure deck, I would say pick up your Rockets up now and then try out the deck and get used to it. Because I feel like a lot of people make the mistake of just, you know, getting like the deck right as the hype hits, and then you don't know how to play it, and it takes them like a few weeks to even get used to the deck, you know. So honestly, I feel like if you're gonna play Rockets when the structure deck comes out, buy all the Rocket stuff right now, get used to the deck, play it around at locals, and just have fun with it for now until the structure deck does hit. And if the deck, structure deck is really good, like the Dimnia one or the Salamangreat one, then you'll be really good to go with the deck and kind of get like used to the combos or anything like that, or how the deck really works. So yeah. Also, this deck also in Dual Power Deal did get a new Link monster in Booster Dragon. Booster Dragon is really nice. It helps target your main deck monsters and trigger their effects, which is pretty much the deck has been lacking really badly ever since it came out. So the fact that they finally have a Link 2 that can enable that and it's easy to get into, it's really nice. Helps the deck a lot. So yeah, really nice. And on to number 9 now, Orcas. Orcas have been around for a little bit in the competitive scene. They were the deck that used Azathoth really effectively, but now that Azathoth is gone, what's left for the Orcas? Well, you got some new support in Savage Strike, not Savage Strike, Dark Neostorm, the Xyz monster, which is really good for the deck. And honestly, you can put this deck in a lot of different ways, play it in a lot of different ways. It's kind of like the Endymion one, where there's a lot of different variants you can try out, so that's nice. So there's a lot of flexibility with the deck, and just, you know, you can try out many different things with it. Obviously, if you're going to play it pure, you can, like, I guess not pure, but in like a more Orcas oriented, you can put in the Topological Bomber thing and just kind of like be hilarious with that by just blowing up everyone's board, which is funny, and just keep swinging with Bomber, which is kind of funny. But yeah, other than that, it's budget. Like I said, it's like commons and rares, and the only high rarity one is I think the Xyz monster was an Ultra, so, you know, like, that's pretty much it. And also, they also got a new Counter Trap as well, which is a super rare, which helps the deck a lot for the, kind of like, I guess not the stall game, but more stunny game, so, which is nice, so. But yeah, if you're still playing Orcas, obviously, you probably are, if you're playing Orcas, pick them up now, they're really cheap, and just, you know, have fun with it. And maybe you can top a regional here, or maybe a YCS, because the deck's really good. And on to the last deck, Assault Mode. Now you're probably wondering, this is probably the weirdest deck on this list, but Assault Mode got a lot of cool new legacy support in the Dark Neostorm set. Now I get it, it's Assault Mode. I'm not saying Assault Mode is gonna do like regional level like success, but it's just a fun deck. Honestly, a lot of these decks on this list I've said are fun decks, and just you can take the locals like and just, you know, have a good time, like, or like have a, like, you know, just a casual day at a local and just play them. So Assault Mode, they got a lot of cool new stuff. They got the Psychic Reflector or something like that, which is just kind of a search card. They got a new kind of way of getting Assault Mode activate, kind of a new version of Assault Mode activate in a way. So they got a lot of new stuff. It's just to help make the deck more playable in the modern game, and that's honestly refreshing to me. I really like that. So, and my friend Corey is planning on building this deck, and hopefully maybe we can get a deck profile in here when he does finish it. So that'll be kind of cool. So. But yeah, it's the deck that kind of gets out those big ass beaters of Stardust and then the Red Dragon Archfiend one, and I think that's it, or unless they're missing another one, and just kind of like beating face, and it's just like kind of like the beat face kind of deck. So yeah, I mean, other than that, I think it's a pretty interesting deck for you guys to try out if you ever want to like pick it up. So it's really cheap, commons. Almost all their cards are commons and rares, so nothing really high rarity other than the old Stardust and the Red Dragon Archfiend ones. So yeah, but yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Hopefully some of these decks did catch your eye, and like maybe this video helps you, kind of like, you know, give you an idea of what you can build going into this format, or like going into this month, and maybe just, you know, like have you a better idea of what to maybe to play, or like just as an idea, you know, for locals, or maybe if you're trying out at a regional for something, for some other reason. So, But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you have any questions, like anything I missed, like if I missed a certain deck and you guys want to talk about it, leave it down in the comment section below. I'll take a look. And also, what are you guys playing for this month? What are some of the decks you're gonna try out, and what combinations are you guys gonna think of? So, like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, definitely subscribe. I shall see you guys next video. Have a nice day.